Morning, all my YouTubers, all my blue collar workers, all my YouTubers out there. Hope everybody having a good day. Man, I guess before I say anything, let me just say I already know I'm gonna get somebody gonna say something about the tag on the hat. I don't know, it's a city thing. It's what we do up here, so forgive that. Just ignore the tag on the hat if it bothers you. So I just want to say something. I don't really know how to approach the subject. I try really hard not to talk politics on here. And there's two reasons for that. Number one, I don't really care who you vote for, what your issues are. That's irrelevant to me. For me, it's all about advancing. Like, I just want to see people do good. I want to see people advance. It doesn't matter what your political beliefs are. Another thing that I just really don't want to talk about it, just because I don't want to try to influence anybody one way or another. Like, the trade shouldn't be that, in my opinion. There's going to be other people that's really political and they got reasons. There's good and bad. Like I said, I really try not to get into that on this. I will argue with people about politics. I have my own beliefs. I just don't feel that this is necessarily the platform to express that, because that's not the point of this page. The point of this page is to try to help people find either an intro to the trades. If you don't know nothing about the trades, as a blue collar worker, I don't want anybody to feel like they shouldn't or should do it for any kind of political reasons. That's not the purpose. I just want to see people do good. But there's some things that came up. So I was arguing with some people. I'm kind of I don't know, I try not to curse too much. I'm kind of an asshole. I just like to terrorize people a little bit and get a rise out of them. And plus, it's kind of how I learn about people based on their reactions to things. So it's not necessarily I'm trying to be a jerk. That's not really why I do it. It's more of I get more of an understanding about a person based on their reaction to how they react to things I say. So sometimes I'll throw things out there just to see what their response is. And you learn a lot about people like that. And it's not I mean, maybe it's not the best way, but it's always been the way that worked for me. So I was arguing with some people on a politics page, on a UA politics page, and one thing I learned, man, is like, dang, if you don't agree with people, now this is probably going to be for left and right. Like I said, I'm not trying to get into politics, but this is just kind of a food for thought type of thing. As you're coming up as an apprentice or in any kind of life situation, I guess. One thing I noticed is that, like, if you don't agree with people 100%, like, they're quick to turn on you. Like, all the brotherhood, all the sisterhood, that's out the window. If you don't agree with them 100%, you're the enemy. I don't believe that. I believe, like, I really don't care what you believe. Like, you're free to your own opinions, just like I'm free to my own opinions. You came from a different upbringing and background than I did. Maybe you couldn't have made it through what I made through. But it's real quick. People see this page, and this is kind of how it came up, because I was arguing with people, and of course they want to go try to spy on me, try to look me up and see this and that. And there was somebody made some comments. Oh, I seen your YouTube, and you're not a good person, and you're not a person that anybody should look up to. I never took any money. I never made any life choices that took money from the federal government, implying that because I've been to prison, I'm somehow a bad person, and that my thoughts or my opinions not valid because of that. So let me address this. I did 20 years in prison. It is what it is. I was a drug dealer. I was a gang member. That's how I grew up. That's how everybody in my community grew up. I'm a minority. I'm Native American. That's not a flex just because I'm Native that put me in that. But a lot of times minorities come up in communities these things are common issues. Like, if you're growing up and that's what you're growing up seeing everybody around you do, it's normal. So I grew up, my mom was always dating drug dealers. I grew up around drug dealers. It was what it was. It didn't seem like something that wasn't normal to me. Somebody grows up in a nice, healthy family. They got both parents, and their parents was plumbers or electricians or whatever, and then they got into the trades. Yeah, they're going to have a different outlook on life to me because they didn't have to go through the same battles I did. Not a knock on them. Good for them. I'm glad they had a blessed life. I appreciate that. More power to you. I'm happy for you. I didn't go through that same route. I went through a little bit harder route. I went through the drug dealing and gang banging and the things that come along with that. And I turned my life around because at the end of the day, after all that stuff I did, I realized that it really wasn't the way. Like, nobody was there to show me that there was another option. I had to find that myself. I did that. I found that through welding. Welding's kind of what saved me. I've said that before on this page. Taking welding classes in prison, that's what turned me around. I seen that there was another option besides what I had been doing. So just know, man, like, if you're in a similar situation, or no matter what your situation is, there's always going to be people that want to see you fail. They're going to feel like they're better than you, or same thing too. A lot of times if you're an apprentice, you're going to have a lot of journeymen. They're like, oh, you're just an apprentice. And they look down at you because they happen to get into the trade before you. Like, that doesn't say anything about skill level. It doesn't say anything about smarts. They just came from a different background where that was an option for them before it was an option for you. Don't let that get to you. Don't let that get you down. If somebody's looking down on you, the people that are supposed to be the most tolerant, it seems like tend to be the least tolerant. Like, people will smile in your face and stab you in the back. That's not saying you should just give up or you should be hateful towards people. Like, that's not my message at all. My message is really just ignore them people. Like, that's irrelevant. Whatever situation they came from is not your situation. So you got to focus on yourself. At the end of the day, nobody got your back but yourself. And you can only do what you put yourself to do. So everything I got, I had to do it on my own. Nobody showed me how to do it. Nobody showed me how to buy a house. Nobody showed me how to get a car loan. Nobody showed me how to get credit. Nobody showed me how to do any of this normal stuff. All I was showing was how to bag up dope, how to shoot guns, how to get in fights. It takes a lot to go from that to going to this and being a mellow, normal person that can fit in. So I ain't mad at him. Like, I mean, judge me if you want. You can judge me. You ain't got to like me. But at the end of the day, my message to everybody out there, my message on the purpose of this YouTube page is, doesn't matter what your background is. Doesn't matter what you did in the past. What you're doing today, that's what's going to dictate your future. So if you're trying to find a good job, if you're trying to find a career, if you're trying to turn your life around, like I've said before, I'll say it now, I'll say it again. The trades is definitely a good spot to go. And all the people that's out there that hate on you or they try to look down at you, let that be your motivation. Like, let their hate be their motivation. There ain't nothing you can do. You can't fight everybody. I learned that a long time ago. You can't fight everybody. You're not going to win. Sooner or later, you're going to lose. You're going to get overwhelmed. It's not going to make the change that you want. The only thing you can do, smile in the face and win. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep on winning. I'm going to keep on pushing myself to the limit and do the most I can do. Maybe that's not for everybody. Maybe there's some people that they don't want to reach their full potential. But I'm hoping that people, if you're watching my videos, I'm hoping that you're trying to reach your full potential, because I ain't special. I ain't no better than nobody. I ain't worse than nobody. I'm just another person. I'm just trying my hardest to reach my maximum potential. And I feel like everybody got the exact same potential as me. People may come from a better spot. People may come from a worse spot. But at the end of the day, if I can do it, you can do it. So if you want to make 6 figures, get into the trades. That's easy. There's really no argument against it. But other than that, I gotta go clock into this job. I just figured I'd say something, man. But everybody have a good day out there. Be the best you can be. Don't let nobody talk down to you, man. It is what it is. You're always gonna have haters, and besides this monster right here, the haters, that's what fuels me. I just want to show them you was wrong. I'm gonna be all right. So everybody out there, they wrong. All them haters, they wrong. You good. Just do what you can do and live your best life.